Hey guys, we're going to get a group picture together, so if everybody can get together so we can take a good picture.
Line up behind the flag over here. Where's my woman? Migrate over here.
You didn't go last year. Get in here.
I don't know if you know that or not. But
You know, I wanted to go to that, but I couldn't make that.
So we were up there, and there was communist flags being flown by Antifa, like actual communist flags. 2 Marines got violently beat. This is where you might want to hit the stop button, so that I don't know if they want to hear the truth or not. 2 Marines got violently. Two Marines got violently beat up by the terrorists known as Antifa. Okay, and while they were getting beat, they were 2 Latino Marines, and while they were getting beat, Antifa was calling them racial slurs. Well, they called them white supremacists, and the guy goes, "I'm Mexican, dumbass," and they started calling them all kinds of racial slurs, which I can't say because I'm on Facebook right now. But
they use derogatory racial slurs.
And the judge, a lot of people don't know this, but the judge, when they got in front of the judge, the 2 Toms of Antifa, when they got in front of the judge actually slapped them with over 20 more charges, hate crimes, the whole 9. So these guys are doing real time. These guys are going to be doing real time. Antifa screwed up because they showed their true colors. They showed what they really are.
You know, I'm out here, I don't have a script, but I know what I know, and I'm here to educate you on what I know. And that's what we got to do and deal with these people. They're not here today, but you know what? The internet is here today to show the country what we're seeing here. So it doesn't matter if there's only 20, 30 people out here, because we got the whole internet to see it. We got to let the public know what's going on. I mean, look at what's happening in Portland, Oregon. That's like an epic center of what's happening in the country. You want to see ground zero of what will happen to your community? Go look at there. And I guarantee that will happen to your community if Antifa and the far left are not kept at bay by we, the people. You will have a situation where police will no longer do their job. They will stand by as you have agitation squads under Antifa out in the streets, policing streets. And what they will do is they will direct traffic, and if you don't listen to them, they will beat you up. They will do things worse than any corrupted police officer engaged in police brutality will do.
Well, it should be pretty obvious at this point, but we don't like communism, and we don't like the fact that it's slowly encroaching upon our liberties as Americans. Our friend already spoke a little bit about encroachments upon business and economic rights, the influx of illegal labor, the destruction of American labor, planned destruction of American businesses, corporate eminent domain, seizure of property. It's happened to me too. We can talk a little bit about the hypocrisy of these people if you want, how they claim to be supporters of the LGBT, but they claim to be supporters of the LGBT, but we have a friend here who is gays for Trump, and they want to call him a fascist and Nazi, you know. Same thing for our friends of color, you know, they say they support black rights, but then if you're black and you think like we do, you're an Uncle Tom, you're a piece of shit, you know. They do it to people right on live television. Don Lemon did it. So, I mean, I don't know, we're dealing with people with double standards of morality. We want to point out some of their hypocrisy.
Name is Peter Boykin. Not that I want it to be the #1 thing people know me about, but I happen to be the founder of Gays for Trump. Gays for Trump is identity politics, in a sense. Identity politics is politics. Donald Trump knew that. That's why there are the 4 Trump groups. People want to argue with me like that at every single day. But I tell them, honestly, the gays for Trump, the blacks for Trump, the Latinos for Trump, all of those are not for the conservatives. We made those to combat against people like Antifa and the leftists who believe that all Republicans are a bunch of old little men, you know, rich individuals, and they classify that over and over again. So we have to push that even more.
I mean, you got violence on the street just because you're black. You get bullied just because you're white. You're bullied just because you're Hispanic. You're bullied. Let me tell you something. I'm Mexican American. Don't mess with me, because I'm one bad sucker. But let me tell you something. I'm for the wall to be built. We need to be built. Hell, I go down and build it. Don't you give me 3 meals a day, I build the wall.
Amen.
I'll build the wall. I don't need the money. I just want the wall to be built. We do not need the illegal immigrants, the illegal people that's coming into the country that wants to cause chaos on this country. They need to go back and stay in their own country. This is not their country.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes.
All y'all Americans remember one thing. For 30 years or longer, every time someone mentioned something about the deep state, all of our dirty paid off politicians got up there and said, oh, it's just a conspiracy theory. Even down to Barack Obama. But now you have your true American president who stands up in front of you on TV and calls out the deep state. So you know it's not a lie. It's our job to round up these deep state traitors and put them where they belong, behind bars or in the grave. That's my opinion on the deep state. Thank all of y'all.
Yeah, we go out and have rallies, support our president, show our support.
Try to stop communism from our dirty paid off governments. And this is an example of what we mean by paid off governments. The state of North Carolina is trying to ban the vending business again so they can take it over themselves with the lottery. American people that play these machines need to join the vendors who's being forced out and stand up and demand that our business be left alone. Because I am demanding mine to be left alone. They can consider mine a sanctuary building, sanctuary machines, or whatever they want. But I'm not going to tolerate being forced out while they're playing Keno themselves. We're looking for American patriots who will stand up and stop the illegal mafiaism of our vending businesses that's been forced out for the last 15 years, started with Beth Perdue.
There's people that say things to me I don't like, but I have to stand, because I'll say it like this. I might not like what you say, but I'll stand to the death for you to say it. Okay? I'll fight to the death for you to say it. Many of you want to stand, but you have to understand you also have to fight. And that's the difference between nationalism and patriotism. Stand for something you believe in. Stand. Patriotism is to fight. And to keep fighting. And don't give up. Because you know why? They're not giving up. They're fighting for something they don't even know what they're fighting for. But they're fighting harder. But guess what? They can outnumber us, but they can't outgun us. And this right here is our gun, folks.